Right. So that's a today's question. Right. Count of trapezoids. Count of trapezoids. Second, you are given a 2D integer. एक 2D integer देखा points है array points I है array and is equal to xi and yy represent coordinates of the ith point. Okay. Return the number of unique trapezoid that can be found by choosing any four distinct points from points. Okay. Trapezoid है जो convex quadrilateral with at least one pair of side. Okay. Two lines are parallel if and only if they have same slope. Okay, same slope है, right? And this is the input -3, right? Okay, I understand what he says, right? One second, guys. I can check my voice is clear or not, right? So yes. So if we have to do this, apply hash table and enumeration, right? So we can combine all points pairwise and calculate the slope and intercept of the line corresponding to each pair of points, right? And we can record them using a hash table and calculate the sum of the number of pairs formed by lines with the same slope but different intercept, right? But you also remember in parallelograms we will count them twice in above calculation, so we need to subtract them, right? Because- and if you and then the what was the diagonal of parallelogram share the same midpoint, right? So therefore we also combine all points pairwise and calculate the midpoint coordinates and slope of each pair of points and records them using a hash table, right? We record them, then we also combine pairwise, right? इतना तो आ गया समझ में. Let's open my right now. You have to do, right? We use two hash table, right? CNT1 and CNT2, right? To record the file, to record the information, right? If we go CNT1, record the number of occurrence of slope k, right? And intercept v with the key being the slope k and the value being another hash table that record the number of occurrence of intercept v, right? And then we like send 2, right? It records the number of occurrence of the midpoint coordinates and slope k slope k of point pairs with the key being the midpoint of midpoint coordinates p of the point pair and the value being another hash table, right? So that's record the number of occurrence of slope k, right? So if we do a pair, right, like x1 and y1, and x2 and y2, right? So we denote dx is equal to x2 minus x1, right? And dy is equal to y2 minus y1, right? And suppose if dx is equal to 0, right, it means the 2 points are on the same vertical line and we denote the slope, right? Then k is equal to plus infinity, right? Infinity. And the intercept b, so b is equal to x1, right? Otherwise the slope is equal to k is equal to dx upon with dy, right? And intercept b हो जाएगा b is equal to y1 into dx minus x1 dot dy divided by dx, right? So the midpoint coordinates p of the point pair can be expressed as p is equal to x1 plus x plus 2000, right, into आ जाएगा 4000 plus y1 plus y2 plus 2000, right? Where the offset is added to avoid negative numbers, right? So next we trade we treated them, right, all the pairs, right? Then we calculate corresponding slope k and intercept b and midpoint coordinates p and update the hash table cnt1 and 2, right? Then we iterate through the hash table cnt1. For each slope k we calculate the sum of all pairwise combination of the occurrence, right, of intercept v, and then we added it to answer. So finally we iterate through the hash table cnt2, and for each midpoint coordinates p we calculate the sum of all pair combination of the occurrence count of slope k and subtract it from the answer, right? I think you can understand, right? And now we go to time complexity b go n square, right? And space complexity b go n square, where n is the number of points. We can do the code. Firstly I zoom, right? Hmm. So I can share the code, right? Right. So now we can share the code, right? We can integer and then we can apply map double, right? Integer cnt1 new hash map ले लिया था n into n and cnt2 new hash map, right? फिर iterate करा loop लगा के i0 into and then x1 point i0 ले लिया and y I और 1 ले लिया, right? And then we loop x2, right? j0 y2 j, then we apply a formula that's we talking about earlier, right? dx and dy ka, so double kx, right? This is the formula. If and then we can apply a condition dx and k is equal to minus 0 and b is equal to, right? And then int answer, then we apply the condition and then the return answer, and let's run the code. Right, this is accepted and we can submit the code. Right guys, so this is the 143 days, right? So yes, see you tomorrow. Bye.